continue. Now, this is historic and important. The Eastman Kodak hook, the Epstein hook, Russians, the nuclear physicist. You know, we talked about the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, the madman Teller, who I pissed on his grave, by the way, who murdered my father. My father was in Air Blast 1 in 1951 in a cage, Special Forces Marine, drafted Marine, nuked to death. So this is important. We keep getting down this, you know, because I've been on this for decades, and, you know, look, why do you think my videos have no view counts? They're after me. But yet, that's okay, because I feed the information, they get it out. This, you know, this contemporized YouTube site that's getting millions of views, he's taking on this thesis. And he's getting millions of views. It's important. Thank you for doing it. I'll feed him. He can get it out. You know, I'm in the trenches doing the dirty work. So let's continue with the Epstein Eastman Kodak hook. Eastman Kodak is Eastman Epstein. They claims their name. Jeffrey Epstein's first cousin, all reached the Los Alamos. Now, remember, now Trump hooked into this? Oh, big time. Trump's wife? Oh, big time. Remember this? I don't care. Remember when I made that? I care. This is important. Putin. He's the same clan, Putin. If you believe Putin's a commoner from St. Petersburg, I got to go to Russia. I've been to Russia. I can't go there no more. In Vienna, they all know, you know, the DNA swap from the Romanov Russian family, the Tsars. Oh, look it up. It's Prince Harry is the closest match. It's the same thing that led up to World War I. So back to the Epstein hook. Who just got the new contract for the Space Force? Eastman Kodak? Let it be. The irony of this is incredible. You know, I used to have one of those Roman noses, as they call them. That's a scar across my... But I had a Roman nose. You know. I had one. You know, and my line, whoa. On the other side, I'm direct descendant of Abraham Lincoln. Well, Linda Epstein is Linda McCarthy. She died so young of cancer. Activist? Yeah, kind of like Yoda's a dust. They ended up at the same high school? Yeah, they went to the same high school. What? Yeah, I'm telling you. Lenin was onto this gig. Lenin was totally onto it. Lenin was living in Pacific Beach, California. So was I. Lenin was living in California, not with Yoko. Heroin addiction? No. He was hiding from the nuclear energy crime scene. There's no, listen. Trump gives the Space Force, why this country's going broke, to Eastman Kodak. There's all kinds of new data out on the money laundering going through Eastman Kodak. The new anonymous leaked Trump banker, Kavanaugh, it ties into the Supreme Court. Kavanaugh, he loved his Who's Kavanaugh? He's their guy. Ha! You know, Kennedy steps down out of nowhere. And he names Kavanaugh, who's the Bush attorney, who orchestrated the theft of the 2000 Olympics. The 2000 election. That's him, Kavanaugh. Who is Kennedy's son? No. Yeah, he's the Deutsche freaking banker. He's Trump's banker. Same clan. I cannot believe, why are they all in nuclear? Oh boy, because it's where all the money's at. It's where the power structure is, because the Manhattan Project opened the spigot and it never shut off. You don't think I know? You know nothing about my path. I've ate, slept, drank this since I was born. I sleep with it. I have AML leukemia. I was given too much to live 9 years ago right now. My father, I watched him die. I watched Annika, my mate, was from the Ukraine. I watched her die at 30 age of this thing. Linda McCarthy died of it. And that's the irony of this whole thing. You know? So, the Epstein hook to... Why is his ranch at Come on. Why does he have a Saudi Arabia freaking passport? Why did Trump... I went to Trump. I was in New York forever, you know, as the activist in those days. Post-9. I used to do lectures right there, scream and yell, rant and rave in front of the holes, 9/11. Trump used to go crazy, arrest the Saudis, arrest the Saudis. They're the ones that did it. You know, the 9/11 Act right now that overturned the freaking Sovereign Wealth Act Obama vetoed. My God, and Trump used to go crazy, go out, and then Trump becomes president, and Trump says no, not only that he protects them, when he used to ran rave, it was them. He didn't Abe, the Japanese imperialist, goes to MIT Media Lab, they carry Aaron Swartz. I mean, if somebody would sit, and I'll do phone interviews with any of you vloggers or bloggers anytime you want. Nobody on earth knows this dynamic like me. Nobody. I've ate, slept, drinking since I was a kid. Yoko Ono's the doddest. Linda McCarthy's the freaking animal rights activist. Please! RT's got a piece out today talking that, you know, RT used to interview me dozens of times. And they would always cut my nuclear thesis. I mean, you can look them up. There's RT freaking me in the street in front of the White House. I'm the guy that invented the Million Mass March. And when I give the lecture, I'm all nuclear. But they would always chop it out, wouldn't they? You know, if I talked police brutality, I talked freaking social inequality, I talked anything. Yeah, but because I knew art, and they're really Russian because I've talked to their producers and whatever. I'm like, they tried to freaking throw me in. By the way, this is more hook for you. Million Mass March, which I'm the group that invented Million Mass March, which evolved to Black Lives Matter. You know, it's all co-op now, but in the early days. I'm in New York doing all that fucking work. I mean, remember the 5th of November. RT, again, this club, look up who he is. Putin's TASS Pravad, state-run media, which that's our media here. If you don't believe me, go ask Cohen when he says he went to his buddy Joe Stauffenoffice, was going to blow everything out of the water, and he says he wasn't interested. Remember, I got a tip, don't go. And I stayed in New York, and I tricked Vice. Vice has done some pretty good work, but remember Vice says, oh, Kevin Blanch was pretty chilly, and they just disbanded. Well, we whispered through the crowd, you know, to ditch the cops, to ditch everybody at Bryant Square in New York that night. I says, and re-meet in 45 minutes at Fox News. You know, there's subway, so everybody went different directions. We just kind of walked off, and Vice fell for it. We went back to, oh boy, talk to anybody that was in New York that day at Fox News. Well, when they call in 300 police officers on us, and we went out, and most of the cops, by the way, in New York, they love me. They've always treated me well. They're like, Kevin, go. Same in D.C. Epstine Island. Eastman, Kodak, I've always known it was the freaking thing. My mom was the pinup artist at Woodbury. My uncle, Al Hunsaker, the actor in Hollywood. You know, I'm in this club. The rejection, my grandfather, all of it, they rejected it all. Not my words, Albert Einstein's. And by the way, again, I used to have a Roman nose, so I got the scar across my face. No, the person I've always looked up to is Albert Einstein. He stood up to these monsters. So did Oppenheimer, by the way. Eastman, Kodak's the linchpin. Let it be, let it be. That was what Lennon freaking John Lennon, 1963, bans these monsters. You don't think they were pissed they run the world? He banned all. In his speech in 1963, July, national television, the man who stood up to this machine, the last president who stood up. Well, Bobby, you know, I had a dream last night about 1968 and Bobby Kennedy. Because I was thinking, and then I wake up this morning in 1968, Bob Gibson is dead. Kurt Flood is dead. You know, all roads lead to the 2 study at St. Louis, the Mound. You know, our group that went to Ferguson and did all that work that got co-opted to what Black Mind Matters is, so far away from what it was originally started. They killed Bobby Kennedy. John Kennedy stood up to this nuke. There's no doubt in my mind the nuke energy killed John Kennedy. You can dig into Lee Harvey Oswald and Ted Cruz's father, you know, in Cuba together. I mean, it's right there. It's not conspiracy. It's hiding in plain sight. Her name was Linda Epstein. She's Jeffrey Epstein's first cousin. Now, she was a beautiful artist, you know, superlative photographer, just like Laura Poniez, you know, MIT Media Labs. Yeah, she's an artist. Okay. If she's a fucking artist, Kevin Blanch is a fucking... a rainbow striped fucking unicorn fucking zebra at Los Alamos. I'll show you an artist. Why do you think they've gone after me and blackballed me so fucking hard? You know? Hello, you people that are doing the work on Trinity. I've been at this Trinity site. You can't even go there. It has to be by invitation only. To this day, it's a 2-day open thing to be at the Trinity site, and you have to have written permission. Oh, I've been there. I was screaming and yelling, going fucking crazy in the 90s in New York, and fucked about fucking Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody fucking knew. We knew his ties were to fucking the royal family. Maxwell's fucking dad? Come on, CIA? Fucking killed Kennedy? There's no doubt. Track down Yoko Ono's freaking... I stood right at Yoko Ono's house right there with Dennis Oppenheim's son. The famous artist, he and I together right there. You know? The whole road, Hinckley, freaking Chapman, were together, a world vision. Fuck, I can't believe people don't go down this path. This is who runs it. You know, the Kodak study that was covered up... By the way, this video is going to do a lot of damage to the nuclear industry this kid's done. Because they're getting millions of views. And he's doing great work. And I'll feed him the rest of the dynamic. You know, where he's at right now, I was there 30 years ago, 40 years ago, as far as uncovering this. Fukushima, everybody says, why you hammer Fukushima? Because I'm one of the group that started Occupy. I says, no. We were leading up for the Shirtwaist Fire, the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire, the Post-Ignorance Project. 2 weeks before that, something happened. Fukushima. I knew. This is the tip. This is it. Fukushima will expose all of this. Post-war freaking nightmare lie. What they've done to the world. Who won the war? Not us. I mean, they just Operation Paperclip, come over here, set up Los Alamos. Einstein's own words. You know, I lived in La Jolla. My parents there fucking, you know, when they were Fermi, died young there. I bet $1 that Trinity kills everybody in New Mexico. Oppenheimer, I fucking think it'll suck all the atmosphere and kill. Einstein fucking was a gasp. He said when Leo the Lizard, who died in La Jolla, Jonas Salk on Balco and chemo, Peter's mom worked for freaking Jonas Salk. You know, in La Jolla, right there, San Diego, PB, my place. Einstein said he came to my house in Long Island, you know, light bent. Khmer, back to Russia. Remember? When he was trying to prove it, Campbell, he got arrested in freaking Russia, Khmeria. World War I broke out. It's the same dynamic as World War I, World War II. One family freaking controlled the world. That's a fact. The Russian royal family, the English royal family, the Saudi royal family, the Swedish royal family, to this day, they're all related. They don't illuminate, they radiate. I can't believe people won't go down this. Epstein, Manafort, Flynn, Bo Biden, all this corruption always leads right to the Ukraine, right to the nuclear energy crime syndicate. It's right in your face, Einstein. The worst mistake of my life was writing that letter to FDR. He talked me into it, you know, and I pushed back for you. He's saying Hitler had it. Hitler never had it. And he says they opened up the faucet on the Manhattan Project and they never shut it off. You know, think about it. It was Eddington, who was the Quaker, who did the work. Everybody says, because Campbell went back up in Oregon and he had it wrong. But then Eddington, the peace activist, like Einstein, the peace activist, reads the Ogden, the Brownie family, freaking World War I, the gun, you know, right here. Teddy Roosevelt spent so much time here. I wonder why. The Hinckley family here. You know, I can open this up so far. It doesn't matter if this gets 6 views or 1 million views. It's who it gets to. Oh, it bent. Light bent. And he was not a good mathematician. But he ran on the intuitive mind. I had a dream when I was an 11-year-old boy that light bent. It's the same clan. Bear Monsanto and these fuckers, you know, Radio Roundup, it's the same clan. Why the fuck would Bear buy fucking... Wow. Trump gives the contract for the new Space Force to Kodak? It's the same clan. You know, by the way, Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, really close friends. Same with Bill Bubba. And there's no doubt in my mind that Bill Clinton is Winthrop Rockefeller's fucking son. You know, the governor of Arkansas. Speaking of that, fucking down the stretch, what, the Preakness in September? What are you talking about? Next thing you're going to tell me that the NBA Finals are in September. What? Next thing you're going to tell me, baseball in November, Bob Gibson has passed away. Fuck, the greatest. Kurt Flood passed away in San Diego. The two studies, Sacramento, St. Louis. I can go and I can go and I can go forever on this. I'm the world's foremost expert on this, bar none. Eat, sleep, drinking my whole life, sleep with it. I was given 2 months to live with leukemia. What's the odds? In 2011. Because my place in time, the elasticity of time, Einstein, Kevin Model Brown Blanche. I mean, you want to talk nuclear physics? I'll blow your freaking mind. You know, it's plutonium. So the Epstein hook, it's not Eastman Kodak. They're Russians. You know, the most of the Austrian, Hungarian, German, Russians, you know, Oppenheimer, you know, the whole thing, you know, it's the same clan, which they're not Russians. You just think they're Russians. They'll report that they're Russians. Putin and everything. No, the Russian Romanov royal family, they're Germans. The English royal family changed their name, remember? They're Germans. You know. What a they get this in Vienna, by the way. You know, when I'm there, they understand they're the most fierce anti-nuclear people, and I should be in Vienna right now, but they won't let me in. I'm there every year protesting the IAEA, and you don't think I'm effective there? Yeah, you know nothing. I mean, when the lead attorney comes out and they says that you've made such a buzz in there, they want your 10 list of grievances. Number 1, Fukushima. Let it be, let it be. That's what got him killed. That's what John Kennedy got him killed. The CIA killed him. Who the fuck do you think the CIA is? And well, this is what kills me about the CIA and these, you know, Mossad, the fucking MI6, all these, one and the same, KGB. Look at Jill Stein. Everybody says, oh, that's conspiracy. I remember getting an argument at the peace vigil with a guy. I said, you stupid fucker, has nothing to do with conspiracy. It's the most obvious thing in the fucking world. Look it up. Jill Stein's father's KGB. Russian. Look it up. Look it up. Fuck, she's sitting with Putin. She's sitting with Flynn. You think that's a fucking coincidence? You think Trump giving the contract to Eastman for Space Force a coincidence? It's the same old club. They don't illuminate. They radiate. Fuck, why can't you go down? You get to this point, go down the rabbit hole. Finish the job. It's not a conspiracy. Trump is part of the club. Obama was part of the club. You know, to their own. Abiz dying of cancer. The head of the IAEA died of cancer. Linda McCarthy dies of cancer. Paul Allen's in the club. Died of cancer. Young. Hello. As I said, this will break the back. It's the great equalizer. Because nothing else matters. I know that. I was a famous social inequality activist. Really famous professor. Famous. But look what. I went all in Fukushima. Because I know this is the tip of the pyramid. Why can't you guys finish it? It's all nuclear energy, the crime syndicate. The Epstein hook. Eastman Kodak. I mean, all of it. I mean, talk to them. I mean, all of them, they all stand down. Santa Susana, don't you cry for me. They even kill you. In the valley that blew up at Rocketdyne. Ask Kim Kardashian. Ask Stevie Nicks. Ask Vince Neil's. I mean, they go down and then they stop. What? You think they're going to kill you? They're going to kill you anyway. You're going to die of cancer. This is it. I mean, I'm telling you, it's the apocalypse, radioactive, right? How come they stopped? The Imagine Dragon kids when they were down that way. They're from Utah. They know the downwinder thesis. Barack Obama's mother downwinder. I mean, I can go and go and go and go and go. I go for days. I cannot believe people are not freaking because, you know, they've squashed my view count. They pull back because they can't handle the fucking truth. They don't want the fucking truth. Fucking obey, consume, die of young cancer and fucking loving it. Fucking lay down and die of cancer. Don't fight back. Don't fight back. I was given 2 months to live with go ask Vincent Hansen. Go ask fucking Fimbo Peters, two of the most famous oncologists in the world. Go ask him about me. Kevin Blanche is the biggest miracle in our career. Ever. The disease I have is fucking unsurvivable. 9 years later, I'm still alive. Alive and kicking. Stand tuned.